Okay, hello again. I already recorded this one, but I messed it up, so we're doing it again. Let's see, what have I got going this week? Oh, I started, did I mention? I think I mentioned. I started a new sweater uh, while spouse was in the emergency room, and it's going pretty well, I think. So far, I completely changed the construction as how I was doing the last one. This one I just did the plain panel for the center, for the top back, and then, because at the time that was all the brain I had. That was as much as I could do. Just make a rectangle, keep going. Uh, then I did a provisional cast on, picked up for there, and then just do for the center front, or the front top. So I've got this now. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, it's a pretty good amount. Got the whole arm side open. I joined it together and I'm working my way down the body now. It's just a plain lilac wool Northampton by Valley Yarns. Uh, forget the name of the color. That I'm holding together with a bunch of various mohairs from my stash. Most of it is angel hair by, hell, what is the name of that? One of the Canadian ones. Handmade in Vine Yarns. There we go. Yay for memory issues. I don't think I've mentioned. Oh, yes, things that I haven't mentioned. Hi, I'm Zeri, Persian pen name on AO3. I have memory issues. Used to get lightning storms in my brain. Epilepsy's a hell of a thing. Uh, 2 of 10. Sometimes the sometimes the absent seizures were fun, but I don't know, not fun, relaxing. Anyway, that aside, I'm here to read y'all some stories. I am 2 weeks on testosterone now. Um, It's also Shark Week, which is unpleasant. This is my second Shark Week since the IUD. So I've been like short fused this past week, and I don't know. Could be stress, could be testosterone, could be estrogen, could be, it could just be that things have been, you know, more irritating. But that's been a thing that I've noticed. Told spouse, I was like, hey, this is a thing that's going on. If I'm short, you know, call me out on that shit, because that's not who I want to be. Uh, I got someone to fix up my hair because I haven't taken a shower this morning. This is just me having crawled out of bed uh, almost 4 in the afternoon because I work really late and then I sleep for a long time. I'm probably gonna start doing these on Wednesday because that's my first day off of the week. I work all through the weekends. Anyway, that's been that's been my week. Also, still got a lot of redness in my face. I've switched the kind of mask that I'm wearing. I still wear a mask 40 hours a week. Whenever I'm at work, that's going to happen. If I'm out in public, I'm wearing a mask. Um, I live in Texas and I work with the public, so I don't trust the public. I've met the public in Texas. We're good. And yeah, public in Texas are the people who threatened my coworker's life yesterday morning because the coffee wasn't out when it was supposed to be. Because the person who's supposed to make the coffee doesn't show up on time. So this person who had the ability to make their own damn coffee in their rooms with the coffee maker and the coffee that we provide uh, decided to choose, violence and then call my coworker terrible names and then call me about it later and tell me how terrible they were when this is like one of my favorite coworkers and they're really cool. Anyway, public bad, Be nice to service people. Everybody's doing their best. Now, to the story. This week, did I? Yes. Okay. Making sure that I didn't accidentally close it, since, as I said, I already read this one, and I just recorded it wrong. This one is a lovely little original work by a friend of mine, Gail writes. They are amazing. I've read a lot of their stuff before. Oh, I mean, I get to read it before it's on AO3, which is, yay for me. They get to read my stuff. We've been friends for, goodness. Had I had my divorce yet? Like, I can picture them in my little apartment post-divorce, but I don't remember if it was before then also. Yeah, anyway. Yes. So this story is called Shine a Light Through an Open Door. It's original work. It is Hot Goth Lady and Himbo Witch and Fair Maiden, the Tumblr post. Written for New Year's Resolutions 2022. It's got 1,191 words. It's very good. There'll be the links down in the notes. And it was written for Chocolate. That's good. Here we go. The trouble about living in a tiny village in the woods, Vanessa knew, was that she was related to most of the town, and the rest, well, she wasn't interested in being related to them. The prospects for romance were non-existent. She'd half-heartedly attempted to give some second and third cousins a shot, but she wanted more from life than finding someone she could tolerate and marrying them. She wanted excitement, adventure, and romance from her life. She loved her little cottage and the people she'd known all her life, but she didn't feel confined to it in the way that many others in town did. The only real problem was knowing where to go. She'd have to just wander from town to town to find someone if she didn't find some way to know where to go. Vanessa knew she'd have to go find the witch. Everyone knew about the witch in the woods, though of course no one in town would ever admit that they'd gone there. Rumor said the witch could see the future, heal any ill, make someone fall in love, and any other miraculous feat people could think of. Vanessa hoped that at least that meant the witch could point her towards someone she could start a life with. The witch's home was only a few hours' walk away, on the edge of the next village over. Vanessa had been by it a few times, visiting their summer fair when she was younger. She could make it there and back in a day if she started out first thing in the morning, which turned out to be an oddly mundane start to the day. She milked her cows, packed herself a lunch, and had an utterly normal walk through the forest, until she found herself in front of a sign that read, "Witch House," pointing at a small, whitewashed cottage with flowers planted on either side of the front door. Vanessa contrasted it with the shadowy house on the other side of the sign, exactly the sort of thing people would expect a witch to live in, then shrugged and knocked on the cottage door. A tall, blond man, with a flower tucked behind his ear, answered the door with a smile. "Hi, how can I help you?" Hello. You're the witch, right?" Vanessa asked, suddenly uncertain in the face of the large, smiling man who'd answered the door. His smile grew. "I am, yes. Most people don't think I could be. Drives my neighbor nuts because they keep going to her house. Did the signs help? I just put them up yesterday." Vanessa laughed. "Yes, the signs help, thank you." "Oh, great, come on in. I don't mean to leave you stuck outside. I'll make some tea, and you can tell me all about whatever it is you're looking for." He waved her into a shockingly normal-looking house, albeit with a large cabinet of herbs and odd tools along one wall. She peered at them curiously, careful not to touch or get too close. "Ooh, did you pick out a tea?" the witch asked her when he came back out with a cheerfully patterned teapot and two mismatched mugs. "I've got plenty. I went a little overboard planting my tea garden, so I've made a hobby of coming up with new flavors to use it." "Oh." Vanessa blushed and glanced from the cabinet to the witch. "I didn't realize it was tea, sorry. I don't know enough about different kinds of tea to have much of a preference. Pick whichever sounds good to you." He laughed. "It's fine. One bit of dried leaf looks a lot like another. I have to label everything thoroughly to make sure I don't get them mixed up." The witch stepped over to the cabinet and spooned some tea into a pot. "Now, What can I help you with? She blushed harder. I guess it's a little silly, really, but I come from a small village and I didn't find anyone there. So I was hoping you could tell me where to go to find love? The witch's face lit up. That's not silly at all. Love is so important. I am delighted to be able to help you. Oh, Vanessa relaxed a little. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. It's no problem at all. Now, tell me about your type while we drink our tea. Vanessa automatically took a sip of her tea, thinking that over. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really met anyone who did it for me, you know? Oh, sure, but you must have an ideal person in mind to daydream about, right? We can start there. He gave her an encouraging smile. Um, she bit her lip thoughtfully. Confident, I guess? Someone who knows who they are and what they want and just goes for it. Ideally, someone who loves the forest like I do. I don't mind traveling outside of it, but I want to live here. Confident, loves the forest, got it. The witch nodded. Any physical characteristics? Um, she blushed again. Long hair, able to manhandle me a bit. I don't really care if they're a guy or a girl, but just tough vibes. More nodding. Got it. Now, I can read your tea leaves if you want, but I suspect that what you're looking for is in the house next door. Next door? Vanessa frowned. How do you know? You basically just described my neighbor. Go say hello. She's lovely, even if she does come off aggressive at first. She laughed. How do you know she'd be interested in me? We've been neighbors a long time, and I know her well enough to know there's a good chance. He beamed. Find out the rest yourself. I okay, sure, I'll go introduce myself, but I might go ahead and finish my tea first anyway. I didn't expect it to go this fast, and I'm a little nervous. Oh, of course, stay as long as you like. It is always nice to have friendly company. But don't put it off so long that you work yourself up, okay? Vanessa giggled. All right, you got me. Um, thank you so much for everything. What do I owe you? Oh, no, no. For this, it is on the house. We've had a lovely chat, and all I've really done is set you up with my neighbor. Didn't even use any magic. Wouldn't be fair to charge you for that. I really do just enjoy the company. You should come have tea here more often. Well, if I hit it off with your neighbor, I probably will. Vanessa took one last sip of her tea, then stood with a sigh. And I should go find out. He grinned. Of course. Good luck. Thanks. Here's hoping it goes well. Hopefully I'll be back again to tell you all about it soon. Thank you again. She smiled at him and headed for the door, remembering the dark little house next door and wondering what she would find when she knocked. The end. Again, I really like this one. Yes, I'm biased because Gail's a good friend of mine. They're great. Um, but honestly, it's just a fun little story. It's, who doesn't want to go and hang out with a himbo in the woods? I sometimes describe my ideal fashion sense as bog witch slash CPA. So I like me a good bit of witchery. All right, let's see. I think that is all for today. Let's see. I need to figure out what I'm going to be reading the next couple weeks. I've been trying to do something from each of my friends to start out with. And then I'm going through, I've got a bunch of fandom friends that I've got permission from them to read their stories. And of course, there's all the folks with blanket permissions on AO3. Those are great. Oh, yeah, if you have an AO3 and if you write stuff, if you want people to read them or draw things for them, make a permission statement. It's fun. You don't have to permit everything. You don't have to permit things that you're not comfortable with or recurse. Like, if you want people to draw and not read, if you want people to do recursive stuff but not anything that requires an AO3 warning, then you can put that in there. Just whatever you're comfortable with. Because then people like me who like to make stuff from your stuff will, they can look at it and they go, oh, this person's down. I can make stuff. It's just a fun way to share these fandoms that we all love and all of that good stuff. So until next week, everybody have fun, be safe, wear a mask. If you're, no, I'll save that one for later. Nah, heck, why not? If you're doing anything adult, make sure that anything that you use has a flange. I don't have any horror stories myself, but boy howdy, have I heard some. Anyway, have fun, love each other, be good, bye-bye.